These are 5 times Mr. Burns got exactly what he deserved, starting with the time Mr. Burns tried to run from his mess, but the mess got up and sued him. Bart gets hit by a car. Season 2, Episode 10. Mr. Burns hits Bart with his car. Bart goes flying like a rag doll on a trampoline. It's painful. And of course, it's somehow funny too. Smithers gasps. I think the boy is hurt. You think? The kid just bounced off the hood like a crash test dummy. But Burns, oh, he doesn't flinch. He doesn't panic. Doesn't even blink.
Just give him a nickel and let's get going.
He just says, give him a nickel and let's go. Like he hit a shopping cart, not a human child. That's our guy. Cold as ice and cheap as dirt. Bart's spirit floats up to heaven. He breaks the rules and gets dropped straight to hell. Even the devil seems confused to see him so early. Turns out that Bart's not supposed to die yet. So he gets sent back. Now Bart's in the hospital. Lionel Hutz shows up. He's a sketchy lawyer with a sponge business card. Homer loves it. Marge does not. Mr. Burns offers Homer $100.
$100.
It was a very generous offer, sir, but his medical bills alone.
Oh!
That doesn't even cover Bart's broken toe. Homer gets mad.
Oh, so extortion is the name of your little game, is it, Simpson? Very well. Then you get nothing.
Burns calls it extortion and throws him out. Homer finally grows a spine and hires Hutz. The next step, fake doctors. Dr. Nick shows up with made-up x-rays and a loud voice. Lisa and Marge smell something fishy. Homer ignores them. He's chasing dollar signs now. Burns doesn't want bad press, so he plays it cool, but secretly plans to buy them off. He invites Homer and Marge to his mansion. He offers $500,000 and tries to get Homer drunk. Homer wants more. Marge just wants to keep her soul. Burns spies on them through creepy painting eyes.
$500,000! I spit on his $500,000!
Homer refuses the offer. Burns tells Smithers to release the hounds. Because, of course, he does. Back in court, Bart tells a dramatic story. He milks it for all it's worth. Mr. Burns takes the stand and lies, too. He claims Bart attacked him. The jury isn't buying it. Then comes the real hit. Marge tells the truth. That ruins Hutz's case. Burns writes a big fat 0 on a piece of paper and offers it to Homer. Hutz says they should take it. Homer is crushed.
I think we should take it.
At dinner, Homer sulks. Marge offers food. Homer thinks angry thoughts, but says, no thank you out loud.
My wife cost me $1 million.
Homer, would you like some more macaroni and cheese?
Yeah, $1 million worth, you treacherous snake woman. Oh, thank you.
He goes to Moe's to drink and pout. Marge finds him and asks for forgiveness. Homer tells her he's not sure he loves her anymore. That goes well.
I'm not sure I love you anymore.
But in the end, he looks at her, softens, and admits the truth. He loved her more than ever. All is forgiven, except the $1 million. That's gone. And Mr. Burns, he walks away without paying a cent, but at least he got publicly embarrassed. And in his world, that's a pretty big punishment. Then there was the time Mr. Burns cried over a teddy bear, and still somehow made it everyone else's problem. Rosebud, Season 5, Episode 4. Mr. Burns has everything. Money, power, a live unicorn-eating necktie, but he wakes up crying over a stuffed bear. Yeah, a teddy bear. His name, Bobo. Flashback time. We see young Burns, back when he had hair and a soul. His parents ask if he wants to stay with them or live with a rich old billionaire. Burns doesn't even blink. He jumps in the limo and leaves the bear behind. Savage. Back in the present, he whispers, I want my teddy.
I want my teddy.
Smithers walks in. Burns pretends he said, Sheriff Lobo. Sure, man, very smooth. It's Burns' birthday. Smithers throws a huge party. The Ramones show up and tell him to go to hell.
Go to hell, you old bastard.
Hey, I think they liked us.
Burns loves it, until they insult him. Then he wants the Rolling Stones killed.
Have the Rolling Stones killed.
Smithers tries to correct him. Burns doesn't care. Now Homer's part. He's forced to perform at the party. He plans a roast. Marge and Lisa warn him. Homer doesn't listen. He paints Burns' face on his butt. That's the whole joke. Of course, it bombs. Burns tells the guards to destroy him. Homer limps home. Burns stays grumpy. He misses Bobo. Smithers tries to cheer him up with cool stuff. Burns just still wants his teddy. Sad, right? But don't worry. Plot twist. The bear somehow ends up at the Quickie Mart, packed in ice. Homer buys it. Maggie pulls it out of the bag and loves it. But then Burns sees it on TV. He goes into a full meltdown, offers a ton of stuff to get Bobo back. $1 million. The state of Ohio.
How much do you want?
$1 million and 3 Hawaiian islands. Good ones, not the leper one.
Done.
But Maggie won't let go. The bear stays with her. Burns starts to spiral. He loses sleep, hallucinates, tries to steal the bear at night dressed like a ninja. Yes, a ninja. With Smithers. Even the baby defeats them. Embarrassing. Finally, Burns begs Maggie. Full-on breakdown. Voice shaking. Eyes watery. It's a whole performance. Maggie looks at him and gives him the bear. Happy ending? Almost. We jump way into the future. The year is 1 million AD. Burns is still alive, still hugging Bobo, still somehow terrifying. So yeah, he got his bear back, but he lost all his dignity trying. And that's what makes it beautiful. Nothing hits harder than karma, and in this case, it hit Mr. Burns with a literal bullet. Who Shot Mr. Burns? Part 2, Season 7, Episode 1. Mr. Burns got shot, right in the chest. He dropped like a sack of gold bars. The town stood frozen. Nobody saw who did it, but everyone had a reason. Police rush in. Burns is still breathing, but barely. They rush him to the hospital. Now the big question starts. Who pulled the trigger? Smithers wakes up hungover. Bad dream, worse breath. He thinks maybe he did it. He was drunk. He had a gun. It's not looking great.
Could I have shot Mr. Burns in a drunken rage? No, not me. I know in my heart gun. And it's been recently fired.
So he turns himself in. Meanwhile, Chief Wiggum takes charge. By takes charge, we mean stands around snacking. Lisa stepped in. She's the only one trying to solve this for real. The suspect list grows fast. Moe, Willie, Skinner, Krusty, pretty much everyone. Even Homer. Especially Homer. Burns didn't even know his name. Just called him Sector 7G. Homer loses it. He's sick of being ignored. He sneaks into the hospital, grabs Burns, and yells, "Homer Simpson," like a broken record. Security tackles him. The town turns into a real-life game of Cluedo. Tito Puente writes a whole diss track. Lisa built a suspect board. Then things go nuclear. Homer becomes the main suspect. He breaks out like he's in The Fugitive. Escapes the cops, jumps rivers, ends up hiding in the hospital. And right then, Burns wakes up. He looks around. Sees Maggie, whispers, "Homer Simpson." He screams. It wasn't Homer, it wasn't Smithers, it wasn't even Moe, it was Maggie. Yes, a literal baby. She reached for a candy. Burns tried to snatch it from her, because of course he did. Somewhere in the struggle, a gun dropped. It fired, and Mr. Burns hit the pavement. Now he's lying in a hospital bed, bruised, bandaged, and embarrassed. He got taken down by a 1-year-old. And the worst part, he can't even press charges. What's he gonna say? A baby shot me over a lollipop? So he stays quiet. Maggie just stares at him and sucks her pacifier like she runs the place. Burns lost everything. His precious oil well, gone. His power over the town, cracked. His pride, absolutely destroyed. He got shot. He got clowned. He got beat by a baby. And no one in town feels bad for him, not even a little. He wanted control. He ended up flat on his back, pointing fingers at a toddler. Now that's justice. And honestly, the town should have done it years ago. Let's not forget the time Mr. Burns took selfishness to a whole new level on a yacht. The Old Man and the Sea Student. Season 10, Episode 20. Springfield was about to host the Olympics. A huge deal and a very big moment. The whole town's buzzing. But then Bart opened his mouth, roasted the international guests, and boom.
Now I'd like to say one last thing to our Olympic representatives. If there was a medal for horrible audiences, you'd get the gold. Peace out!
The opportunity was gone. The town loses the games. Everyone blames Bart. As punishment, he gets assigned to volunteer at the Springfield Retirement Castle. Now, this starts out as just another Bart mess, but as always, Mr. Burns somehow manages to make things worse. While Bart is off cheering up the old folks, Burns decides to take his private yacht out for a little cruise. Meanwhile, Bart is doing actual good. He sneaks the seniors out of the home and takes them on a boat ride of their own. The old folks are finally smiling, dancing, limboing, just enjoying life for once. Then, of course, disaster. Burns's massive yacht comes sailing in out of nowhere and crashes right into the senior citizen's tiny cruise ship. Like it's nothing. Just plows into it. No care. That was a classic Burns move. Lisa asked how the captain missed seeing a literal yacht. Turns out he has 2 glass eyes.
How could you miss that huge boat coming right at us?
Oh, 2 glass eyes.
The seniors panic. Bart panics. They're about to sink. And where's Mr. Burns? Off to the side. Safe, unbothered, not lifting a finger. Luckily, Jack LaLanne shows up, because why not? And tries to save them by towing the ship with his teeth. Yep, still not enough. Back in Springfield, Homer's been flushing thousands of springs down the toilet. Guess what? They pile up at the bottom of the ocean. The sinking ship bounces on them like a trampoline. That's what saves everyone. But here's the part that lines up with our title. Mr. Burns walks away with 0 guilt. He crashed a boat into a bunch of helpless seniors and never said sorry, didn't help, didn't even care, just posed nude for Smithers and kept living like he's untouchable. But karma didn't let him slide completely. His yacht crashed. His dignity took another hit, and for a few glorious moments, the town saw how fragile his empire really was. Mr. Burns looked ridiculous, and he had it coming. Homer versus Dignity, Season 12, Episode 5. It all starts with Homer being broke. Like, broke. No backseat in the car. Credit cards declined.
Your credit card has been rejected.
Deadbeat.
His family's hanging on by a thread. So he asks Mr. Burns for a raise. Not with a speech, not with logic, he just begs.
Mr. Burns, I was wondering if I could get a raise. I've worked here a long time, and my wife has a game leg, and my kids have game things as well.
But Mr. Burns, he doesn't do raises. He does prank monkeys. He tells Homer, "You want money? Make me laugh." Then hands him a pudding and points at Lenny. Homer hits Lenny right in the face. Only for $4. Lenny screams, "I'm in hell." Burns laughs like a ghoul. It works. Homer keeps doing it. And just like that, Burns turns a struggling father into his own personal clown. Burns keeps pushing it. Makes Homer destroy a rare comic book. Run around in diapers. Get shocked in a panda costume. Even ends up inside a zoo exhibit. Getting dragged by a real panda. All for a few crumpled bills. And where's Burns? Standing back, giggling like a cartoon villain. Doesn't help. Doesn't care. Just throws more cash at Homer like he's feeding pigeons. It gets worse. Homer finally draws the line after getting zapped and attacked by wildlife. But Burns isn't done. He shows up again, this time at the town's Thanksgiving parade, dressed as Santa, with a sleigh full of fish guts. Yep, fish guts. He throws them all over the cheering crowd. Kids get slimed, Lenny gets hit in the eye again, seagulls start attacking people. The whole town turns into a disaster zone. And for what? It was just so Mr. Burns could get one last cheap laugh at everyone's expense. But here's the part that matters. Burns didn't know Homer had backed out. He thought he'd be blamed for the prank. But nope, Burns was on the float, in costume, holding the bucket. Everyone saw him.
Dad! But if you're here, who's that on the float?
Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas.
So Mr. Burns didn't just prank the town, he humiliated himself, publicly, on camera, as Santa with guts. He became the villain of the holiday parade. No money, no power, just a wrinkly man in a beard, booed by children and attacked by birds. He deserved every second. And that's the end of our rundown on the times Mr. Burns finally got what was coming to him. Whether it was getting clowned, crushed, or just plain embarrassed, each one hit where it hurt. If you liked this breakdown, drop a like, leave a comment, and pass it on. And hey, make sure you subscribed so you're ready for whatever's next. Appreciate you watching.